Hi, this is Lotus Comics. I'm Chad Elijah, and we're here with Michael Berryman, which is absolutely a phenomenal actor. He's been in anywhere from Weird Science to The Hills Have Eyes of the 1977 version. So how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Just had a great Q&A here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at a convention, and had the opportunity to meet these fine gentlemen, and here we are to entertain and answer your questions.
Yes, sir. Well, as far as the Q&A, how'd that go? I mean...
Pretty happy.
Pretty happy?
I had a captive audience. We had to unbar the door, but they listened to everything I said, and they appreciated every word.
Yes, sir. Well, so tell me a little bit about what's coming up. I hear you're in the movie The Cut.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Cut is a film starring Kane Hodder, Gunnar Hansen, and Michael Berryman. And I've got a 2-day shoot coming up in a few weeks, and it's a thriller, it's a slasher movie, and it's nice to work with my friends. Yeah,
I definitely understand that.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of fun.
I work with my best friend, which is also my co-partner, so I can relate to that.
Absolutely.
So as far as like any past experience, as far as your new movies, are they anywhere indefinite to your old movies? Can they relate back and forth to the old to the new, or can we expect something new maybe at a complete new mindset?
It's completely new. I like to continue to grow as an artist and an actor, and I had the joy to work with a wonderful Canadian crew in Edson, 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 Ontario, last spring. My writer-producer, Signe Olnick, is her name, wrote a wonderful little thriller that we were going to film in 3D, but I'm glad we didn't, because the performance was so strong. It's a wonderful thriller. It's called Below Zero. It stars myself and Eddie Furlong, and Eddie is a writer who cannot meet a deadline. His manager says, you know what, if you don't give me a script by a certain date, I'm going to drop you, and good luck with that. And he goes, whoa, okay, what do you want me to do? He says, his manager says, I've made arrangements to have you locked into a meat locker out in the middle of nowhere. You'll have everything you need, typewriter, etc. You will not be let out until you complete the script. So he flies in and winds up in this butcher shop. And I am the I'm the butcher, and my little son is a serial killer, and well, I don't want my son to go to jail, so I dispose of the bodies. Now,
okay,
that's part of the story, but sometimes during the movie you can't tell if Eddie's character is hallucinating or you're hallucinating with them.
Right.
Is what's happening in real time his story or in real life.
Okay.
So it kind of goes back and forth, a little bit Hitchcocky in a sense. Very good cinematography, very good acting. I was very impressed with Eddie. And I'm very, very proud of my work. I worked very, very hard on it, and I got to do some scenes in German. And it looks great. It's going to be at the American Film Market in Santa Monica in 2 weeks. I'll be there to help promote it.
Nice.
I hope you get a chance to see it. Oh, yeah. And I'm really happy to say that some of the scenes were so intense that I made my cinematographer and my camera operator cry 3 takes in a row.
Wow. Well, my favorite all-time Berryman movie. I mean, I've been a huge fan for years, but probably the best movie I've seen you in is probably Weird Science, in my opinion. Just because that's kind of my genre of generation growing up.
John Hughes.
And I was wanted to ask you about John Hughes and how it was working on the set of Weird Science.
It was the smoothest, most relaxed shoot I had worked on up to that point in my career. John knew exactly what he wanted. He had that youthful vision.
Yeah.
And it was honest. It was contained within the structure of how these boys would behave, what was going on in their lives, how they really would react if they could, make a beautiful woman.
Right.
Issues of adolescence and maturity. and it was honest. I got to tell you, Mr. Paxton, if you ever see this, kudos, because when he did that scene where, do you think they're happy being catatonic in a closet? Do you know how disrespectful that is?
It's awesome.
I about fell over. Oh my goodness gracious. And to work with Robert Downey Jr., holy moly. I hadn't seen a lot of his work prior to that, aside from Parenthood, but I'm not sure Parenthood, I think Parenthood came after Weird, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
And I was so very impressed, Robert, with your performance, and I'm so happy that you're going gangbusters. You are an incredible talent. And Kelly, what can I say? She is as sweet as she is gorgeous, and she is now at a point in her life where she is free of people that mistreated her. End of quote. Thank you very much.
Well, just
we all know what that means.
On a personal note, what are your hobbies, man? I mean, what do you do in your spare time when you're not working on set, you know?
We live in Northern California. We've got a couple acres, and I've got walnut trees that are about yay big around, so they're probably 70 years old. I raise walnuts. I have a small orchard of trees just for the family, persimmons, apples, pears, vegetable garden. We have a couple of horses. I love nature. I pretty much spend a lot of time outdoors, just putzing around the farm, so to speak. And I love to play golf. I like to write, and I love to watch movies.
Yeah.
And I love to cook.
Me too.
I'm a pretty darn good cook.
I'm a pretty avid movie watcher myself. I read a lot of books, so I can relate to that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of the downtime is important. I get, like, let me put it that way, you know? You know, it's like really cool talking with you. We have like one question we always generally ask our you know, as far as the audience goes, I kind of want to know myself. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Really good question. Now, as a kid, I used to dream that if I put on these fisherman's boots that came up here, just like muck boots, and I did this, I don't know why, I could fly. Now, flying's real cool, but I always thought either being able to read someone's mind or invisibility would be just fantastic, if I could only pick one.
If you only could pick one, what would it be, though, out of the two?
Probably, mind reading.
Mind reading?
And the reason is I could run for political office and just decimate anyone
Good answer, sir.
Yeah. I was going to say invisibility, so I could be a rescuer and take care of bad guys and stuff. But if I could read their minds, I could know when to duck before they hit me.
That's true. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today, sir. Absolutely. This is Michael Berryman. This is Lotus Comics, and you've heard it first here, lotuscomics.com.
Check it out.